New on Curiosity Stream. She was a loving wife, a devoted mother. She also stole atomic secrets and gave them to the Soviets. Meet the woman whose deception kick-started the Cold War on the spy who stole the atom bomb. And
what if they catch you?
Then I shall be shot.
They're coming! Come back!
relive history's most death-defying escapes. It's Impossible Escapes, Civil War. Watch now on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
Bro, gnarly.
What's up, Taylor?
Dude, that nerd in his electric hybrid totally blew the light while texting his yuppie friends.
That's so bogus, bro. Are you hurt?
Yeah, like I can't move my hips, bro. I think I broke my pelvis, man.
Dude, no way.
Taylor, you need to drop a dime and talk with the lawyers at the Advocates Law Firm.
No way, can't afford that, bro.
Your crotch is broken, man, and they don't earn any money unless they win your case.
Dude, no way.
You get injured, the advocates get results. Contact them today at advocateslaw.com.
What's up? It's your boy, The Ted Smith. Thanks for listening to the Men's Room Daily Podcast. Want more? Check out the greatest podcast in all the land, The Podcast. Be sure to subscribe and listen to a brand new episode every Tuesday night.
We return to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Your guess is as good as mine. Go surf and turf coming up. Your favorite meats, your favorite seafoods. That's right after our random question. 206-421-ROM.
Random.
Hello, Alex. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hey, how's it going?
Hola! Alex, welcome to the program. Random question. How you doing, man?
I am doing pretty good. I am doing a yet another flight on my flight simulator.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Where are you jetting off to today?
I'm going from Miami to San Francisco on a Northwest Airlines DC-10.
Okay, that's about a 6.5-hour flight. How long did it take you to get through the Miami airport to get on your plane? Because by the time you park, you know you need to be there about like 3 hours ahead of time, because by the time you park, it's going to take you an hour and a half just to even get to the front door of the terminal.
Well, my computer can only handle so much, so I have the settings, the in-game traffic settings down to nothing, so I could, if I wanted, just taxi right onto the grass if I was so pleased.
Oh, that's big time.
See, that's not a true simulator then. Right. You should be stuck on the runway, and then you have to tell other people, we want to apologize again. We're being told by the time we have another 15 minutes. There's a dog on the runway.
Also, if you have a connecting flight, it's about a 45-minute walk inside the actual airport. This is all true. Okay, let's go to this random question. If you could have a superpower, what superpower would you pick?
Tell me flying.
Invisibility, because I can haunt people's homes and mess with them.
More so than flying.
All right.
Even though you spend all day on a flight simulator, you wouldn't just want to take off.
I would rather be inside of something that I can fly rather than me flying myself, but that's just my opinion.
Okay, no, that's fair, man. I feel like flying and invisibility are always the top two. No one ever picks invisibility for positive reasons. They pick it for the same reason I would. So I'm not judging you. Look, I get it, but I would still pick flying first, but invisible would be next.
All right. Well, here's one thing that I don't think that we take into consideration when it comes to flying. So if I were to go out today and take a scooter ride, right? Mm-hmm. Now, it's, upper 40s.
Sure.
If I'm not geared up just right, if it's a little bit lower, it's going to be a cold ride.
Yeah.
The wind's going to be blowing on me, on my legs, you know what I mean? I need probably pretty good gloves, pretty sturdy jacket. This is 45, 46 degrees. Now, I'm saying that flying would be cold.
It would definitely be cold, but I think you would find the right gear for it, and you would adjust your altitude. Like, look, when you're trying to wow some floozy that finds you attractive now, like, look, I'd love to fly you higher, but honest to God, it's really cold up
But
there.
What if you fly low home, right? One night, you're kind of boozy, right? Mm-hmm. You say, hell with it. It's kind of cold. You just stay low. The next thing you know, you're in no power line.
That's a problem.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Just because it's so cold.
Well, I think that's why most people that fly, humans, always wear tights.
All right, that's good. That's a good point. They're aerodynamic.
They're wearing the thermal underwear without anything over top of it.
Yeah, but those might be like heat gear, cold gear, whatever.
Maybe. I mean, you look at Superman, essentially, he's wearing the tights that you would wear under the jacket you would wear if you flew.
And I think X-ray vision, although it sounds good in principle,
I think it's terrible.
It's a terrible idea.
I think it's a terrible thing. One, you have to consider X-rays. You're not looking under a dress. You're looking at her bones. And look, if that turns you on, that's awesome. The problem with invisibility, because yes, I've thought about this. If the person has a dog or a cat, your cover's blown.
All right. What about super? Well, they can't smell you. Well, they can smell.
The dog can smell you. The dog can hear you. But because you're invisible, now the dog definitively has a problem.
But now you can mess with it and just smack it on the ass real quick.
I think it's a bad idea, man.
All right.
I feel like cats and dogs, they would know exactly where you were, right? You have to make sure it's a pet-free household. I'm just saying.
Yeah, invisible dude messing with a dog. That dog's going to find you.
Because, again, you're not going to be invisible and do good things. We know that.
What about superhuman strength?
Now, see, that sounds fun.
This guy's going to bench 600 pounds.
Yeah, like Luke Cage. Isn't that his thing? He's got superhuman strength?
He's got superhuman see, I don't know. I feel like it's more trouble than it's worth.
Oh, I'd like that.
I mean, look, there's moments I would like it. You pick up a car and just hit somebody with it, but I don't know. I think
you can make money off of it.
I'm sure you could. I think
this guy's going to crush a bowling ball with his bare hands. Who's got $1 million says I can't do it?
Now, where's your $1 million? Boom. If I'm invisible, I stole your $1 million while you're crushing the ball.
Yeah, but I could do more. Like, invisible guy could do a lot. But superhuman strength guy, like, I'm just impressing people on the street.
Mm-hmm. You are impressing people on the street.
I'm going to rip a tree out of the ground.
Dude, I could wrestle a spider monkey like the guy on Friday.
You don't need superhuman strength. You just have to have taken high school wrestling, Miles.
Okay. All right.
Did you learn nothing else from that conversation?
The reason we asked what superpower would you like to have, there are plenty of people out there who claim they have all kinds of powers, from seeing the future to telekinesis and all that. And if any of them could just prove it, they would take home a nice little stack of cash. The Center for Inquiry in Los Angeles has been running a contest for a few years called the Paranormal Challenge. Rules are simple. If you can prove you have a superpower, you'll win $250,000.
All right.
They say they've had tons of people from all over the world apply, saying they have the ability that cannot be explained by science. So far, however, no one has actually been able to prove.
Science came up and said, yeah.
Right, how are you going to prove?
Now, there's a running list online of people who've attempted the challenge. Some recent ones were a telepath who said he could project images into people's heads, and a man who said he could make a top spin in strange ways on a table. So he spins the top and does all kinds of weird stuff. Even though they failed to prove their abilities like everyone else, everyone who enters does have one thing in common. According to organizers, quote, 100% of the people we've tested completely believe in their own ability. So whether they can do it or not, and none of them have been proven to do anything, they all believe they can still do it.
It's not always about, I think you're lying. A lot of times it's, I think that what you believe in your heart is wrong. I believe they believe they can do that. It's like, yeah, I don't. As far as superhuman powers go, someone says, I'd pick the special power of being able to understand and communicate in any form of language all the time.
So that means you could talk to the animals.
I'm going to do one better. I would just do animals. I don't care what people have to say. You can read about it. That's why social media is there. But I'd love to go to the zoo and strike up meaningful conversations with the different animals. Like, look, I will throw a pack of Oreos into your cage if you throw poop and hit this person over there. Right, make a deal with the monkey. They're cool. They're glad to see
What
you.
if you find out things that you don't like?
Like what?
Okay.
I don't like black people.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
you're walking down the street.
You're racist. You're a liar.
You're walking down the street with your dog, right? And there's another dog barking. Rah, 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 and you think like, man, this dog hates my dog. But really, he's just thinking to himself, there's the black guy that lives in the neighborhood.
Right.
See if I can scare him off.
And I'm crazy because I'm like, you got to race this dog, bro.
Right, but you can't prove it.
Yeah, what if the dog's using like racist terms just to bark for?
What's up, Ben-Bomb? Is that what you've been saying?
But he's a black lab.
Right.
So then you get,
come on, man.
Then he gets a pass, right?
You called me an M-bomb while I was scratching your belly?
Yeah. But, but either way, you can't prove it. So even when you talk to
That's the only issue.
You say, dude, you got to race this dog. Like, my dog loves you, man. He's always...
Like, no, he doesn't, man. It's a con.
Yeah.
And apparently all the dogs he runs with races too.
And when he sings songs and rap lyrics, he also drops the full N-bomb.
He doesn't care.
He just says no goose.
Just because you can't understand.
Bobby Shmurda got out of jail, and he sang that song, the real version.
But I think there's some positives to it, too. Like the crows, right? Everyone's got the problem with the crows, the raccoons. Like, fellas, listen. I understand that what you want to eat is the crap I'm throwing away. My issue is not that. My issue is the mess. So one of two things we can do. Either clean that S up, the same way you pulled it out of the trash can. If you can drop all the other stuff back in, cool. If you can't, tell me what you want. I'll just put it to the side.
But you can also take your dog through the house and tell the dog all the things that she should not be chewing.
She knows. She doesn't care. That's
glasses, chargers for phones.
Headphones. I think my dog's responsible.
It's always expensive.
You can understand me now?
Your dog doesn't chew anything
I don't care, man. I know I'm not supposed to chew it. I just do it anyway. It's like smack to me, man.
You never come in and say, like, my dog chewed up something cheap. It's always like my phone charger.
It has been
my sunglasses.
Glasses, sunglasses, a pair of headphones, and any pair of underwear that my wife puts on.
How do you
the
keep
pants candy
from not killing that dog every once in a while?
Now, see, kids, listen, this is one of the benefits of smoking. Because in these moments when you make the discovery that this particularly expensive thing has been in your dog's mouth, you know what your reaction is going to be in that moment, but you know that's not the reaction you should have because it's going to be overkill. But you go outside, you light up a cigarette, you give yourself 5 minutes, calm yourself down a little bit, and things are better for the dog.
Is this after your kids hear you cuss?
They don't hear me cuss.
Okay.
I'm not the one who cusses in the house. I treat being in the house like being on the radio.
Okay.
I just don't cuss there.
I see.
I don't.
Oh, you don't.
I just leave it. My wife's the worst. I mean, she's not a big cusser. I'm a big cusser, but somehow if the kids are around, I'm like, this is when you go through all the excrement.
Let it out.
She does. I know exactly what she's thinking. Hello, Chris. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello, gentlemen. Hola, bitch, hola.
Hola. Chris, welcome to the program. Random question. Let's go here. Let's go with this one. What sound, Chris, just drives you crazy that you hate? What is the sound that drives you nuts?
What is the style that drives me nuts? Thigh-high stockings?
Sound is like in a noise, but I like where your head's at.
A baby crying, a cat puking.
So I got to tell you right now, I called you guys a couple years ago, and Thrill and I hit it off. So
I don't believe you.
So the style. What is the style?
Sound. Sound. Can you hear me? That's a sound.
Okay. No, what's a sound? Wow, that's a tough question. Probably the Blue Angels.
Really?
That's a sound that you can't stand.
That's a sound I love. The sound that I can't stand is my ex-wife when she calls me. My first wife.
Why did she have to call you?
Yeah.
You guys have a kid together?
Yeah.
How old's the child?
She's 22, but she still wants money from me.
Well, that'll never change.
So shouldn't she call your ex-wife or your child?
My ex-wife.
Why does she come to you for money? You've given it to her before, I'm guessing, which is why she calls.
I've given her like $500,000. I've just given her so much money.
Well, you're already done with you're done with paying alimony if you had any of that. You're done with paying for child support if you had any of that. So are you in arrears or what's? No.
I got caught up when Taylor was. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't have used the name. When she was 20, she still comes to me for money. I mean, and you know what? I mean, the kid's a good kid, so I'm not going to say no, right?
Well, she can come to your money. That's your kid. Your ex-wife, it's a completely different
Kids
scenario.
get a different pass, man. Well, your own kids get a different pass.
Well, the patterns have been established, you know?
I see. Okay. Well, that sucks. Don't answer the phone.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Yeah, just let her leave a message.
But what if it's a men's room, man?
No. When she calls, hopefully you have her number in your phone. And when she
if you
calls
know it's her.
you can see it.
I mean, look,
and trust us, we're never going to call you.
There's just... we're not going to call you. There's just some people, well, it's not even that. There's people, I don't even know who the people are, and Ted, I know you've done the same thing, where all I programmed in was no.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So no will call me, and then there's like no part 2. It's like probably 7 no's or nopes.
Don't answer.
I don't
Do you even know who they are?
Not anymore. You did at the time, right? And now I have no idea.
You have a nope file?
I have a nope file. And I don't, that way if my phone rings and I see nope, like, okay. So.
What's the difference between nope and like, oh, hell no?
No, well, it's always in all caps. That's one. Because I don't even if I'm drunk, I don't want to think, well, give it another go. That's past Steve saying, do not answer this call. Miles, God, I'm trying to think of a way to explain who this person is. This guy, he lived, I believe, in Covington. And this guy would call and send the worst possible text, just the images that showed up. Like, no.
Yeah.
And that became no. Now, I don't know which version of no they are, but I know that
it's a no.
He's one of my no's.
Reason we asked, what sound do you hate? A Scottish woman suffers a rare condition called misophonia and is so annoyed by the sound of other people breathing that she once asked doctors to surgically make her deaf.
Jesus.
It is described as a strong dislike or hatred of specific sounds.
I would say strong.
That triggers some pretty strong, obviously emotional or psychological responses that would be considered unreasonable by anybody else. Also known as sound sensitivity syndrome. This condition can trigger all kinds of reactions from anger to panic or the need to flee and escape the maddening sound. Think of all the sounds that drive you crazy and multiply it by factors of 100, and you get an idea of what this person's experience feels like. But for her, it's the sound of other people breathing. which drives her crazy. So if it's the noise of people breathing, when I hear it, the more angry I get. The louder I hear it, the angrier I get, said the woman named, Karen.
Oh, yeah.
Seriously?
Of course she hates it. Stop breathing. I can hear you.
If someone is deliberately breathing to annoy me, that doesn't bother me. But if it's somebody just breathing, that triggers me.
So in other words, living people are an issue.
In a study, when they go like, all right, I'm going to breathe real loud. Well, that doesn't bother her.
Because it's set up.
Exactly.
She should work at a morgue.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, that way the overabundance of bodies around you are not breathing.
It ruins my life on a daily basis. I'd give anything for a cure instead of being basically laughed at by doctors and told to get over it. Well, at least in the mask-wearing world, you would think maybe she's getting a little bit of a break on people being able to hear her.
I don't know, man. Some people are breathing heavier because they had to jog 10 extra feet to get to the elevator, so it's kind of... other sounds people hate, they say a toddler screaming is the worst sound.
No. Toddler, that's... Okay. Specifically, a child between the ages of 2 or 3 that's a female that is just getting to that high-pitched, exciting scream. So it's about 2 to 3 years old, and I mean, it is ear-piercing.
Like they're going to a concert, or maybe you had a friend that coached a women's professional soccer team, so you go to the games, and they would all scream in unison after the game.
Or Paw Patrol is on. Or you're at the father-daughter dance, and they put on that goddamn song from Frozen, whatever the hell it's called. Give it a rest, take it. What is it called?
It's a pitch like you've never heard.
Let It Go.
Let It Go. I was like, I cannot, it's something like that.
Give it a rest.
Give it a rest. So, I'm at this father-daughter dance. My daughter's in first grade. And actually, my daughter brought this up. Put it in perspective. About 4 days ago, my daughter brought it up. She goes, Dad, you know what would be going on right now? I'm like, I have no idea. You got to know this, right? She says, about a year ago, we were at the father-daughter dance. I'm like, oh, baby. She's like, yeah, we would have been there around this time. So my wife's asking about it. She goes, no, it's a really good time. She's like, all the girls dance and all the dads stand in the corner and drink.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Yeah. I was like, that's exactly what we do. But I remember being there, and we're in the corner drinking, and they, oh, Jesus, let it go. They put on the Frozen song. I cannot explain the reaction. Because, again, it's father-daughter, so the only kids there are girls. And that streak that you speak of, man, it had to be like 200 kids do this sound. We didn't even know what the song was until that broad starts singing. I'm like, I don't even know what this is. All of them pour into the dance floor. And then they start singing the song in unison, and we realize this is their I Will Survive moment. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I dare you to walk out there. They would rip you from limb to limb right now. That is...
You know, the funniest thing to me would be to do a little trick with all the kids, right? So, like, you're conniving and everything. You say, all right, let's go grab the dad. Did you really want to be your dad? And that's who we want to dance.
Start dancing with other kids.
I want to dance with you. I want you to be my dad.
Your daughter's smarter.
No. You go, kid. Yes, shoot.
You know what drives me wild in a bad way?
Rubs you wild?
Or I just hate it. Is frozen things rubbing on each other.
You've said that before. So like I'm in the freezer and I'm going to grab it.
Back to Frozen again.
See, it all comes full circle.
Like if you're grabbing out a Tupperware container that has leftovers, and then the other one is all frosted over, and they like...
That's the sound?
Yeah, they meet.
How about this one? Someone says, squeezing a cotton ball. Horrible sound.
No, it doesn't make a sound. It's a cotton ball.
Now I got to go home and squeeze cotton balls. Find out what
it does. It has this little kind of a...
Would it drive you nuts? Or
no, it doesn't drive me nuts.
It drives this guy nuts.
Me as the garbage truck at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Well, I think that annoys everyone because it doesn't end.
When it's in reverse. And when I hear it, knowing that I did not take the trash out, so up I go in flip-flops.
Side note with that.
Container out and get the garbage out.
TV advertisers, please don't feel... We understand the effect you're going for in certain television commercials. Do not open the commercial with the sound of someone's alarm clock. Because Universal, everyone has a very advert. Like, I recognize it's 7 o'clock at night. I know it's just a commercial, but when you play that sound, man, it is built in, and it just makes me want to beat the piss out of the advertisers. Someone else says, I can't stand to hear people eat. So someone else, mine is eating or the sucking dishwasher sounds. Can't stand listening to my boxer drink, snore, eat, or bark. Oh, God, well, you got a boxer. All what they do is make noise when everything else is otherwise. They can't even breathe quite.
I mean, when they're hunkered down on their privates, man, it just sounds like...
That more than any sound on this earth, listening to my dog lick her little giblets just in the dark of night.
Yeah.
It actually makes me angry.
It sounds like a top. It sounds like a top loader washing machine that's on the agitator cycle.
But you're seriously not done yet?
More of the Random Question coming up to
New on Curiosity Stream.
Just because it hasn't been done before doesn't mean you can't.
Watch Earth's greatest minds forge our path to a better tomorrow. It's engineering the future. And Jaws, Star Wars, The Godfather, E.T. The biggest movies have even bigger music. From King Kong to The Dark Knight. See how musicians scored Hollywood's greatest hits on great film composers' music of the movies. Watch now on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
Well, great balls of fire, Bubba. What happened, Buford? That crazy son of a Sal blew right through that four-way stop on Main Street and plowed into my cowboy Cadillac.
Your what?
My pickup truck. And I'm pretty sure my leg is broken, Ted.
Oh, quit your bitching, Buford, and talk with those side busters at the Advocates Law Firm. When I got busted up last month, well, shoot, they made sure those snakes at the insurance company played fair.
Boy, howdy. Even that creepy so-and-so Kyle earned his keep.
So if you get injured, the advocates get results. AdvocatesLaw.com.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
6421-ROCK.
The men's room is in progress. 99.9 KISW and KISW HD1 Seattle.
It is our Random Question. 206-421-ROCK.
Hello, John. Welcome to the men's room.
Random.
Hola, dude.
Hola. John, welcome to the program. Random Question. How are you, man?
I am doing amazing. Dude, I'm drinking an IPA in the sunshine in beautiful Hibbett City at Northwest, what is this place called? Northwest Peaks Brewery. I can't ask for anything more. It's awesome.
Wait a minute, I'm jealous, man. You're at a brewery drinking right now.
What town's that in?
Dude, it's in beautiful Hillman City, Seattle.
Okay.
And I'm sitting right next to Rainier.
I don't think I've been there before. It sounds like a good spot. All right, let's go with this one.
Yeah.
What fell on you? What has fallen on you before?
Oh, God, man. Oh, God, dude. So I play goalie in ice hockey men's league, like club league. Shout out to Ailstorm. And
I see a trend here.
So, dude, sorry, guys, man. But there was, like, a forward who was, like, probably, like, I want to say he was, like, probably, like, 6'5", and, like, probably, like, 270, not lean. And he just, like, basically, I went to go cover a puck, and then he just, like, you know, couldn't stop, really, and just landed on my back. And then the next thing I knew, that the back of my helmet kind of cracked a little bit. So it was just like this guy who was like 270, just kind of just falling on the back of my head. And at first I was like, okay, stop, start up, you know, like, you know, everything's all good. And then I come to the bench between the periods, and the one of my defensemen was like, hey, your helmet's cracked. I go, really? And I felt it, and I look, and sure enough, he is kind of just chilling. Like, it's cracked from, like, the back plate and the front plate just a little bit. So, yeah, that's the one thing that's really fell on me.
All right. Well, at least you didn't get a concussion. At least the helmet did its job.
As far as you know.
Right. Yeah, exactly. You're a little slow now, and you drool on occasion. Jam the microwave at 30 seconds, but, yeah. Reason we asked what fell on you. This is a bizarre story. We go to Franklin County, Washington, which I'm going to assume is in, bless you, eastern Washington. A man is trapped under I don't know.
I have no idea.
I've never heard of it. That's why I'm just assuming it's in eastern Washington. As a man is trapped under a heavy bale of hay at a Franklin County farm, he was airlifted to the hospital just this morning for treatment of his injuries. Franklin County Sheriff's deputies and fire crews responded to the scene at about 5 a.m. and found a 50-year-old local man had been trapped under a hay bale. All right. Estimated to weigh about 1,500 pounds.
Damn.
Authorities say they were able to dig the man out and give him medical attention. He was then airlifted to a local hospital. The owner of the farm told authorities the man did not have permission to be on his property and that he had not purchased the hay, so he had no idea what the hell was going on.
Well, it wasn't his hay?
No.
Either?
Oh, no.
All I read is that the guy wasn't supposed to...
He didn't even know the guy.
It's like bringing sand to the beach. Who brings hay to a... I don't know.
Franklin County Sheriff deputies say the investigation is ongoing. A bale of hay, estimated to weigh 1,500 pounds, trapped him, and he was...
I mean, bales of hay are
stuck
no
underneath.
joke.
What do you think this guy's motivation was? Because as far as I got in the article, he's just trespassing, something went wrong. But now the farmer's like, that's not even my hay.
I mean, what do you do? Like, I'm going to climb on top of this giant bale of hay and then it falls?
I don't know. Is it like the bumpkin version of the mafia? Hey, take him to the farm, bury him under hay.
Unless he had a flatbed 18-wheeler, how's he going to get that on there? I mean, you're not going to steal it.
I don't know.
I don't know. It seems weird to just be poking around a farm like that anyhow.
But you brought your own hay?
No, it was the farmer's hay. He was trespassing.
Oh, the farmer was saying...
This guy didn't pay for the hay.
It's already on this farmer's property.
Not
right?
his.
So this guy, who he does not know, is on his property. Somehow, this 1,500-pound bale of hay ends up falling on this guy. So they don't know if he was trying to steal it, if he was sleeping on top of it, if he was in the middle of it trying to stay warm.
I'm going to say he was sleeping, trying to stay warm. Because, again, I know nothing about hay other than horses eat it. But, like, what am I going to get for black market hay?
I don't know.
Right.
That's when I read the story. I was like, how did the hell did this guy get underneath there?
I mean, I think you can only resell hay if you have, people with horses, right?
That's what I mean. But again, how much money could you possibly get for hay? You're not stealing copper. It's not, you're not fencing diamonds. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I got a hay connection. Like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm with you. He's probably just in there sleeping.
That's what I hope so.
I just hope, this is going to sound really bad, but I just hope that's what it was. I don't want anything bad happening there. I don't know. It just seems weird.
Oh, Ted.
Why are you sneaking into a farm?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
See, I wasn't thinking that at all. Now, now my whole perception of this has changed. That disgusting freak.
That's exactly where my head
serves
went.
him right.
Hope he wasn't doing anything weird with those animals.
I think a horse knocked it over on him. Like, get the hell away from me.
Right, pervert.
Hello, Mike. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bichuelas.
Hola. Mike, welcome to the program. Random question. All right, let's see here. Okay, this is a pretty good one here. Mike, what groups or clubs have you been a part of in your lifetime?
Groups or clubs?
Yeah.
I mean, hell, it could be the Boy Scouts. Could have been something stupid you're in as a little kid.
Right.
Clubs.
Were you even in band in school? Football team?
Nope.
Honor Society, Student Council, Boy Scouts, 4 Scouts, YMCA.
Volunteer firefighter.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Street racing.
Nope.
Nintendo Fan Club of America. Record and Tape Club.
Kiss Army.
I was part of that a long time ago. The Columbia pay a penny and buy like buy like 6 for regular price and get 12 free or something.
Okay.
Like
Did you ever pay off your debt to Columbia House?
No. Did anybody?
No. I mean, listen, in all of my years, anyone who's roughly our age was part of Columbia House at some point. I am yet to meet one person who actually fulfilled their obligation.
How about a gym membership?
Yeah, I've been gym memberships, yeah.
Okay. How about Costco?
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's see. These are clubs.
There you go.
Okay. All right, we're just trying to...
Yeah, I don't think them as close, but yeah, you're right.
All right. Okay. All right.
You're part of the gang.
Yeah, exactly.
The Columbia House gang.
I was like, that's it?
Right.
Doesn't have a group of friends that does something?
Nothing.
Oh, he said drinking. He did point that out. I don't know if you call that a club as opposed to drinking with your boys, but still.
Well, if you're in a fraternity, I guess, in college, you could sit
I
around
don't
a
think it's
drinking
a
club. You know what I mean? All right.
That's a good question.
What?
Because I have,
Well, you're part of Alumni Association, right, for your high school?
Oh, well, sure. I'm in a ton of things.
Well, that's a group of clubs.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Yeah, I was in student government. I'm in pub league. That's a group or a club. But I'm trying to decide, just drinking at a bar, right? Because if we just randomly go to the bar, we're just 4 dudes drinking at a bar.
Correct.
But if we met up every Monday and we're like, hey, it's Monday, let's go get, 3 to 4 beers. Would that be like the Monday club?
It could be.
I think in our mind, I mean, look, why do most women put together a book club? Because most of them are honest about, I didn't finish the book and we drink wine. I
when
get
you
it.
go, you're watching the movie.
It's like eating brunch so you have an excuse to day drink. Like, you can see through it. I get it. Good for you. I'd be happy if you just say, hey, we're drinking wine tonight. But okay.
You can but look, if you say like, well, me and my friends meet up every once in a while on Sundays and we do brunch. Well, if you have a brunch club, you got a schedule. We're going to try this place. We're going to try this place. Every Sunday, we're going to go. We're going to do this.
Yeah, we're going to the same bar every Monday.
Yeah.
If we're going to the same bar, we're just out drinking.
I'm just thinking, like, I have a buddy, and, like, that's what we would do on Mondays, right? Like, we wouldn't hang out a ton during the week, but on Mondays, for whatever reason, we would meet. Well, let's be honest, we know the reason, but we would always meet up after work for, like,
Monday Night Football, bro.
For, like, 2 or 3 beers, kind of knock the dust off.
Sure.
Yeah.
But we didn't really invite anybody else. It was just him and I, and that was our thing.
Well, it's a very exclusive club.
Yeah.
That's all.
Just 2 people.
Just 2 members.
I don't know if that's a club. I think you need to have. I think you need more than 2. I think you need more than 2.
How many do you need to be? Or is it that I don't really like this guy, but we meet every Monday? That's a club.
2 dudes doing something is a duo. You know what I mean? Like that's a pair of criminals.
Right.
Club is like 5, 6 guys.
It's not a bachelor party. Right. It's a pre-wedding club.
If you stand in the goalie net and the other guy does, that ain't a club league soccer.
That's not probably right.
That's just 2 dudes. That's just 2 dudes.
I guess we did it on Mondays. It became like a little club.
Okay, I got you.
Same place?
Yeah, generally.
Okay.
We don't do it anymore, though.
Okay.
People aren't downtown.
How about growing up? Any clubs growing up? Do you ever try the Cub Scouts or Boy Scouts or anything?
I went to a Cub Scout meeting.
One.
Okay. And they were talking about going camping, and I was like, I'm out.
That's all it took.
Back then, yeah. The idea of being out in nature seemed terrifying.
The only reason I even joined the Boy Scouts was an excuse to go camping. Then when camping once the Boy Scouts got booted out. But that said, that was because everything else. And look, Boy Scouts, good on you. But everything else, let's face it, they're teaching you to be responsible. So might shock you, not really my MO. So when it's like, hey, we do all these civic things, and we help people do this, and we have fundraisers, I'm like, yeah, none of this appeals to me. Now, camping, I'm down.
Okay.
Yeah, I played sports teams and then student government.
You're also in a scooter club.
I am. Soldiers of Destiny.
You still in the club?
I am. I'm an honorary member. I don't ride it.
Do you have your scooter still?
It's in a garage.
It is.
Yeah.
Do you know where the garage is?
Yeah. But I haven't ridden that thing in probably 2 years.
Okay. Right.
I do have a new knit cap, though, that the club.
Oh, really?
Oh, that's nice of them.
Yeah.
Is it as nice as the one that's available now for the 50th anniversary in the Rock Shop at KSW.com?
Oh, they got your smooth.
Jeez.
You should be in like the smooth club.
I know.
Oh, there it is. The
smooth selling crap club. Reason we asked, what group or club have you been a part of? Here's an interesting club. Authorities say that not 1, not 2, but 3 drunken drivers were involved in a crash early Sunday morning in a Milwaukee suburb. Incident happened shortly before 3 a.m. A man is driving a Ford F-250 pickup truck the wrong way on a 4-lane highway in Mount Pleasant. He collided head-on with a motorist in a GMC Yukon. Shortly thereafter, a man in a Chevrolet Equinox crashed into the pickup. Mount Pleasant police said in a release, police said the man in the Yukon, which burst into flames after the collision, was located in a nearby hospital and arrested. Drivers of the pickup and the Equinox were arrested at the scene. The extent of any injuries from the crash were not noted in the release. Police said that one man was charged with first offense operating a vehicle while intoxicated, driving the wrong way on a divided highway. The other guy was charged with first offense DWI, and the other guy was charged with third offense. So all 3 vehicles involved in the accident separately were all drinking and driving.
They should at least form a club then. And a couple of things here. We have clubs and we have an update.
Oh, by the way, before you get there, all of our calls just dropped off. 206-421-ROCK.
More info on the Hale Bay guy. According to the sheriff, he was stuffing his pickup full of hay, and then another bale fell on top of him. Someone else says, you might be shocked, but decent hay can get pretty expensive. And this is like for real. Apparently, hay, I did not know.
This guy's got great hay then.
I got a new crime. Just, hey, whoever that farmer is, you might have some of the best hay out there. Franklin County, the state's near Pasco and Walla Walla.
So it is way out there. South,
it is way out there.
I think it's like the Tri-Cities.
Yes, make sure you say it correctly.
the Tri-Cities. Correct. Sometimes if you watch minor league hockey, people refer to it as a different name.
Yes. And then a guy here, as far as clubs go, he says, me and my friends, now they bar hop, and they ride their motorcycles, okay? And they call each other the Beer Belly Rebels. I'm going to say that's a club.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Right, because you're bar hopping, you're on bikes, right? There's a universal idea. You all show up the same way on a bike. Obviously, bar hopping's bar hopping, but I like it.
Well, you know what, man? Even if you're not in a scooter club, everybody who's on a scooter, like every time I see someone on a scooter and I'm on my scooter, that woman waves to me.
Of course.
So we're all in the same club.
You can't go fast either.
Yeah, exactly.
People hate being behind you going uphill.
It's an unofficial club. Like, if there's a scooter parked out front of someplace, right, and I'm on my scooter and I'm going to go there, I will park my scooter by their scooter so that the two scooters are together.
But I think there's a lot of unofficial clubs, right? And you don't really know about it until you get out there, right? There's definitely...
I didn't know about that one.
There's a black person club. Remember, there was a dude...
Oh, they just didn't last smoke.
He nodded to me, didn't even look at Miles, right? So he's like, what's that? I said, man, I don't know how to explain it. It's just a thing.
Just have it outside.
There is the parent club. Like, you don't know this thing exists, and then the minute you have a kid, like, all these people come out of the woodwork, right? And, I mean, that's a whole different thing right there. And you just don't know these weird clubs. And then there's the unfortunate clubs. Right? The ones like, I don't know, if you have breast survivors or breast cancer survivors, right? And then they get close and kind of, but that's not a club you're trying to be a part of, but you end up becoming very vocal in it.
I think it's like when somebody loses a parent.
Someone who loses,
like, unfortunately, you're in this club now that, like, we all know it's going to happen, but nobody wanted to be in it.
Nobody wants to be in it, but you, right? And it's not like you get anointed. The word just needs to get out and you will meet. And even on this show, man, there's some weird stuff that I talked last week, someone brought up baking soda and water, like if you have heartburn or whatever, it helps you out. And I said, man, oh man, it gives me diarrhea. And I'm like, well, hell, it gives me diarrhea too. And then a bunch of comments come like, it happens to me too. And I'm like, we're part of the baking soda and water
I'm part
club.
of the Metamucil Club.
Right.
Every night.
Under a certain
If I find someone else like who's into the Metamucil every day, I'm like, dude, yes, we know what's up.
I know, but it's such a weird thing.
We know
like,
what's
all right, high five. We can talk to each other about this. You got runny stool because of the baking soda. I feel you playing.
Metamucil just says, I don't eat a lot of high fiber foods. So I need this.
I have a problem with my rectum.
Instead of adjusting my diet accordingly, why do that?
Random.
Hello, Jacob. Welcome to the men's room.
Liquor and whores.
Liquor and whores.
Jacob, welcome to the program. Random question. Okay, let's go with this one. Jacob, what happened in front of the cops? What happened in front of the cops?
Oh, gosh. All right, I guess I got a fairly good story. Happened almost a year ago, last Mother's Day. I was riding my motorcycle down I-5, going southbound, kind of by like where Hooters is and stuff.
All right, South Lake Union.
Second.
No, this is down South Tacoma.
Ah, right. My bad.
And I'm pretty experienced on the motorcycle. I like to ride wheelies and all that fun stuff. And so I'm just riding by myself, and I'm doing a nice wheelie down the freeway. And then I see a cop on the northbound lane with someone pulled over. And instead of just bringing my front wheel down and acting like nothing happened, I decided to just keep on riding the wheelie and turn to my left and kind of stared the cop down as I passed. And then he radioed ahead to some more staters that were up ahead, and they proceeded to chase me to my house, not too far away. And I thought I actually kind of lost them because they never really caught up to me, per se. They never got within like 100 yards of me, and their lights shut off. And so I'm thinking, oh man, this is great. I got away. Like, whew, adrenaline rush. Holy crap. And I get home, park my bike, take off all my gear. About 5 to 10 minutes go by maybe, and then I'm walking from my garage to the house, and all of a sudden this stater pulls in the driveway, pulls out his gun on me, says, the whole spiel, get on the ground. And I'm telling back to him, like, hey, you got the wrong guy, just playing dumb. And he came up to me, made me lay down on the ground, put me in cuffs. And while he's doing that, I'm saying, hey, man, you guys got the wrong guy. And he says, do you hear that above you? And I said, no. He said, do you hear that above you? I said, no, I don't hear anything. So that'd be the State Patrol plane. We followed you home.
Oh, I was going to ask you how they knew.
Yeah, they followed me home. And long story short, though, I guess I ended up actually they let me off. And they were going to charge me with a felony eluding and some other stuff. And somehow, I don't know, I was just really lucky that day. They didn't impound my bike. They let me go. And
a word of advice to anybody on I-5. In between Tacoma and Olympia, traps. Auburn area, traps. Right down there by the Six Flags location, traps. Other than that, fly all you want.
Now they're trying to get you on the
Everett, traps.
The express lanes as well.
Yeah.
They're starting to get a little clever. Sons of bitches. That's it.
Still to come, your guess is, the reason we asked what happened in front of the cops. My bad, I got a little carried away there. Florida man was arrested Tuesday night after 2 bags of methamphetamines fell out of his pants. Unfortunately, this happened in front of deputies. According to the Monroe County Sheriff's Office, 44-year-old Travis Holton was taken into jail. Deputies said Holton was driving his Ford Fusion about 9:33 on US 1 when he stopped because his license plate was not illuminated. When other deputies got to the scene, a canine discovered the presence of drugs in his car. Holton said he didn't have any and consented to a car search as well as a search for himself. That's when Holden was asked to widen his stance. Deputies could search him when 2 sandwich baggies fell out of his pants. Holden said the substances were 2 ounces of Molly. The drugs tested positive for amphetamines, and he was charged with trafficking in that and taken to jail. So
damn.
Your guess is as good as mine. Coming up, we'll go surf and turf with your favorite meats and your favorite seafoods. You are listening to The Men's Room.